In this tutorial, we will demonstrate how to import data from text files into PS IMAGO PRO. One of the fundamental tasks when working with data is the necessity to import it from various sources and formats into a format that can be interpreted by the application you are using. PS IMAGO PRO allows for data import from any source, and today's lesson will show you how to handle text files. From the File menu, select Import, and then choose Text Data. Locate the dataset you are interested in. In this example, we will use the file data. The program will launch the appropriate wizard to help you correctly import data from the file. In the first step of the wizard, you have the option to preview a portion of the data to be imported. Additionally, the wizard allows you to use a predefined data format. This functionality is useful when you are performing periodic imports of files with the same structure but different data content. It allows for automatic import without going through each step of the wizard. Since we do not have a predefined format, proceed to the next step by clicking Next. In the How are your variables arranged section, you can specify how the data is organized in the file. There are two options: delimited and fixed width. The first option allows you to specify a delimiter, which is a character that separates each variable in the dataset. The second option allows you to manually specify the column widths that separate each variable. In our case, we will leave the delimited option selected. In the Are variable names included at the top of your file section, we will leave the option set to Yes, because we can see that the variable names are in the first row of the data. Below, we will leave the decimal symbol as comma. In the next step of the wizard, verify that the default options set by the program are correct. The first case is in row number value should be 2 since we determined that the first row contains variable names. In the How are your cases represented section, the default option. Each line represents a case is correct. If our dataset contained more than one case per line, we would need to specify the number of cases here. The final section in this step concerns the number of cases to import. Our example dataset is relatively small, so we will leave the option to read all cases selected. However, you might need only a portion of the data, for example, for testing purposes. In such cases, you can specify the number of cases to import or import a percentage of the dataset. In the next step, specify the delimiters used to separate the variables. By previewing the source data, we can see that the delimiter is a semicolon, and the program has correctly recognized this. Additionally, you can specify special characters within text variables that are the text qualifiers. If a semicolon appeared within a text variable, without the text qualifier, the program would incorrectly recognize it as a delimiter. You can also choose to remove leading and trailing spaces from string variables. In our example, we will leave these options unchecked. Next, you can customize the format and names of individual variables in the dataset. In our example, we will rename the variable identificator to ID. You can make similar adjustments to other variables as needed. If you want to exclude a variable from import, select the Do Not Import option. The final step of the wizard allows you to save the predefined format for future use and decide whether to import the data now or paste the syntax code generated from your actions to share with others. Complete the wizard by clicking Finish. By following these steps, you can efficiently import data from text files into PS IMAGO PRO, enabling you to start your data analysis smoothly.